Nighttime. Outside, the warm summer weather lingered. The heat kept you from tossing and turning in bed, unable to sleep. With a heavy sigh, you rose from the bed and head to the kitchen. You return to your room with a warm cup of milk tea, hoping it will somehow help you fall asleep. Placing the mug on the windowsill, you stood outside the window, watching the peaceful night and the steam slowly rising from your cup. A rather loud sound against your window made you jump back. You peered into the darkness of the night street for a couple of seconds.
It's probably just a tree branch hitting the window.
These thoughts, you sighed, and went back to, wait,
a tree? There were no trees or branches near your window that could accidentally hit it when you were close by.
You approached the window again, this time with a persistent feeling that something was off. And suddenly...
Okay.
Again, but this time more insistently. And behind it, a creaky and spine-chillingly inhuman voice. Let me in. Please. For some weird reason, you didn't freak out. You just froze in place and barely mumbled.
Am I tripping? Mom always said to lay off the scary flicks. Yeah, she was right.
I am not from no horror flick, human.
The mysterious voice shot back, sounding kinda offended. You leaned in closer, trying to scope out the darkness and figure out who the heck you were talking with. So, who am I talking to?
Oh, my bad. How rude of me.
Yeah, after that, the nighttime visitor popped up on the right side of the window, and despite the darkness,
You could see him.
long limbs, a whack-faced dude looked straight... The whacked-up dude looked straight-up horrifying. He swallowed hard when you felt his eyes on you, if you could even call them that. Why are you gonna be cute? No!
Greetings. You, are you going to let me in now? Pretty please. It's freezing out here, and...
Hold up, that game ain't gonna fly with me. It's scorching outside.
Oops, my bad. Let's try this again.
He cleared his throat, like he was prepping for a gig or something.
It's so hot here. I feel drained. Please, let me in.
Nah, give me another reason to let you in. Not feeling it right now.
No? Alright. You know, that liquid in your cup, it smells pretty good. I haven't eaten for so long.
He gave you a sad puppy dog eyes and glanced at your still warm cup of tea. You shook your head. Are you serious? How can you smell that through the window?
Trust me, I can do a lot of things.
Can you make it clap for me? Can you please make it clap for me? I mean, like a big lanky ass creature like you. I'm pretty sure like we can come to some sort of understanding here. Hey. The monster smirked, showing all of his crooked teeth. Seriously? Then why don't you just teleport into my room if you're so all-powerful, huh? You asked mockingly, not feeling much of a threat from the creature.
Well, actually, I can. It's just that today, I wanted to try being a decent and polite guest. So, you'd let me in willingly. I do need some new experiences.
The hell?
So, are you going to let me in? Pretty please.
I mean, how can I say no to that face? I mean, that face. You are. I really want to. I really want to. I'm gonna let him in. Well, okay, I'll cut him some slack. Seems harmless enough.
You grabbed the window handle and opened it with a slight push. The creature eagerly climbed inside.
Whoa! Hold up! Shoes on before you come in. No shoes on in a room. It's not polite. The monster awkwardly hesitated, then bent down to his feet and did something quickly. With an impatient smile, he finally found himself in my room. Stop.
Whoa. Your place it's beautiful. Everything is so neat. Not like my last food's place.
Food's place? Wait, what do you mean, food?
You made me wait. I was about to devour my own entrails.
Well, sorry. Let me pour you some tea now in that case.
No. You don't understand. You are my food.
Oh, what? So after everything between us, you just gotta throw it all away like this? Our friendship, our newfound bond.
You are so naive. What bond? You've always been so rude to me since I came. By letting me in, you've sealed your own fate.
His voice suddenly changed, becoming more menacing, and the creature seemed to elongate. It took a slow step towards you and looked down at you, sizing you. Wait, did you just change the music?
Well, yeah. Seems like it's your death scene.
Lame. Let's have a different one.
Well, it's time for me to feast. He menacingly loomed over you, his mouth stretched into a wide grin, a trail of saliva running down his chin.
At least wipe that off, my dude! Hello? Hey, we did not agree to this! I did not consent! No! Maybe I could cook something for you, or...
In one swift motion, the creature snapped your neck, ending you in an instant. At least he didn't make you suffer for long, huh? With a dull thud, you fell to the cold floor, still hearing the creature leaning over you. And then, darkness. I'm already starving. Yeah. Ending one, you let him in.
Well, screw you, my dude. I am not letting you in. Well, I don't know. You look kinda unfriendly. Creepy even, like you could kill me or something, right? You glanced at his unnaturally shaped body, which seemed to offend him.
What? Creepy? Me? How dare you?
Is he crying?
I look perfectly normal. I wasn't planning on eating you. Maybe you're not even tasty to me. Sniffle.
This is the second time you managed to hurt my feelings
during our conversation.
For some reason, you felt guilty for hurting the creature's feelings. You let out a heavy sigh. Okay, I'm sorry. You just look kinda, how should I put it? Oh, like some sort of, SCP monster.
What?
He stopped sobbing and looked at you with curiosity.
What's SCP? Secret server penetration?
I mean, like, look, I'm just saying, like, you look like someone I'd like to secure, contain, and penetrate. Oh, God. Have I ruined SCP for some of y'all? Because I know that there are some SCP fans out here. Like, come on, come on. Like, this channel definitely attracts quite a few monster lovers out there, okay? Like, being for real here. What? No! Let me show you. To break the awkward moment, you grabbed your phone and quickly typed in to Google SCP. It brought up a bunch of different things filled with creepy creatures, and you held the phone screen onto the window so your guest would see. Kinda like that. You just look a little friendlier. The creature looked at your phone with interest before you set it aside. But I have nothing to do with those things. I look marvelous. Sure, but where's your nose? He pointed at the window pane, as if indicating his face and the lack of nose. He gasped and looked offended. I am not talking about that. And anyway, I don't need your stupid human nose. I like to eat, and for that, a mouth suffices. Well, at least we have something in common. Lol. You heard the creature's stomach rumbling on the other side of the glass. Monster or not, everyone gets hungry. Poor thing. Hungry, huh? In response, his eyes lit up. Yes, very much so. I promise to be a polite guest. Just open the window. Oh, you know what? I'm a save. I'm a save right here because last time I let you in, it did not end well. I'm gonna let him in. Okay, I'll cut him some slack. Seems harmless enough. You grab the window handle and open it with a light push. The creature eagerly climbed inside. Whoa! Hold up! Shoes up before you come in. No shoes in the room. It's not polite. The monster awkwardly hesitated and bent down to his feet and did something quickly. With an impatient smile, he found himself in your room. Whoa, your place is beautiful. Everything is so neat. Not like my last Food's place. Food's place? Are we going on with this again? What do you mean, food? The monster began to inspect your room with interest, seemingly not particularly concerned about your question. Well, initially, I wanted to eat you, but... Wait, what? You clenched your fist in anger, trying your best to contain your rage. What a jerk! So let me get this straight. As the gracious host of this house, I welcomed you on this hot date, even agreed to feed you, and you wanted to eat me? You boiled with fury. And to think you trusted him, felt sympathy for him in those 5 minutes of meeting, and he decided to stab you in the back like this. You've got it all wrong. Initially, I did want to eat you. Yes. But after seeing your hospitality and kindness, I changed my mind. None of my previous meals were as considerate as you. I let you in the first time around! And you ate me! This is an alternate universe where I stalled you for a little longer and told you about one of my special interests. Well, I wish I knew more about SCP, like being for real. There's so much to it. Are you saying you feed on humans? They're delicious. And did you give them a choice before you ate them? Maybe that's why they were so aggressive towards you. He looked away, embarrassed. You think I needed to ask for their consent before doing anything? Of course, you dummy! You always ask for permission before doing anything, you got it? You need to hear a clear answer. It has to be a yes. It has to be a no. Never a maybe. If it's a maybe, that means no. Do not go ahead. I understand now. But I did ask for your permission to come in right from the start. I read about the 5 simple rules of being a good guest on Guagale. What? Oh, you mean Google? Yeah, I'm
trying to get a grasp of these modern things of yours. And it's not that easy. You chuckled.
If you want, I can teach you how to use that guacale of yours.
I would love that.
And as if I'm forgetting that he wanted to eat you just a second ago, you both smiled sweetly at each other. Right, you must be thirsty. Can I offer you some tea?
That'd be wonderful. I have green tea with two tablespoons of warm milk, 2 sugar cubes, and 3 tablespoons of sweet honey.
Well, that was specific. Okay, wait here for a moment. Make yourself at home.
You left your guests in the room and went to brew tea in the kitchen.
Huh. He definitely said green tea, but what should I add into it? Okay, 2 tablespoons of warm milk, okay, 2 sugar cubes, and 3 tablespoons of sweet honey. That's what he asked for. The creature perked up as soon as he noticed your presence. He bounded over to you.
Let me help.
With a cute smile, he snatched the mug from your hand and placed it on the bedside table.
Is this for me? For me?
Yeah, it's for you. If you keep shouting like that, I'll drink it myself.
Sorry. I'm still learning good manners.
I'm not talking about that. I wouldn't want to wake the neighbors with noise at this hour.
Huh? You shouldn't worry about that. Goodness. I thought you had a higher opinion of me.
He frowned discontentedly and took a cautious sip of tea, inhaling the sweet aroma. A huge smile involuntarily spread across his face. He liked it!
What are you talking about? Did you think that I was a big talker? Think about it. If I can walk through walls, then I must have even more interesting abilities.
Tell me more about that.
Well, for example,
he took a loud sip from his teacup.
Invisibility, teleportation. He innocently smiled, sipping his tea. Levitation, mind penetration, and also...
Wait. Why didn't you say anything earlier? You interrupted him, your eyes widening at that information. What kind of creature was standing in front of you? So you're... God? Oh my God, forgive me for all my sins! You fell to your knees before him?
What? No way. So, he smirked at some thought. That's right. I am your deity. And to atone for your sins, you must bring me all the food from the fridge. Then, you'll be forgiven.
Yeah, right, you jerk. I'm an atheist. You got up from your knees and kicked his leg. Your foot passed through him, but without causing him any physical pain, which didn't surprise you anymore. But seriously, what are you? You have so many abilities, yet you don't seem to use them. Your guest, having finished his tea, finally placed the empty mug on the table and shrugged.
And if I ask you the same question, will you answer? Who are you?
You crossed your arms over your chest and gave him a skeptical look. What does that mean? I am who I am, a human, and you... I don't know. Some creature from the street?
How sweet of you. You know, from my perspective, you are the creature, not me.
Hey! Thank you. Well, maybe there's some logic in that.
To me, humans are nothing more than food. Well, things have changed a bit today, so don't worry.
That still doesn't explain why you're so nice. I mean, for your abilities, you could do so much. I, for example, would raid all the candy stores. You drooled a bit at the thought of your favorite chocolate bar.
Delicious.
The monster looked at you ambiguously and cleared its throat.
Why would I want to conquer the world? It makes no sense. We prefer to stay in the shadows. All we need from humans is flesh.
I suppose there's sense in that, but I still don't understand you.
I've lived for eternity. As long as I can remember myself. It's like a routine. But routine gets tiresome.
You nodded sympathetically. Despite how different you were, your problems seemed oddly similar. He sighed heavily. That's for sure, man. Don't even remind me.
So that's why I decided to change that. Asking for permission before eating someone is much more fun after all. You're fun.
Thanks?
My appetite has been disappearing. Talking to you is so much better.
Well, if you ever get hungry, I always have leftover pizza in the fridge, just in case.
How sweet of you.
Hey, I just realized. I don't know your name. You never introduced yourself. The creature looked at you with interest, as if pondering something.
Indeed. But I've never had a need for a name. I've always lived on my own.
Aw, how sad. I'm gonna reassure him.
Seriously.
It must be sad when you don't even have anyone to talk to.
Don't worry. We'll come up with a name for you. Really?
You couldn't tell if it was your late night antics or not, but it seemed like your guest's eyes lit up excitedly.
He leaned closer to you. I'd be happy with any name. Oh God, giving a human the right to choose a name for me. It sounds almost intimate.
He shared his enthusiasm. Call him creature or guy from the street wasn't exactly what you wanted. Do you have any preferences?
No. It's up to you. My little human.
You chuckled and began to think about the perfect name for your late night guest. No thoughts, actually.
How?
Oh, perhaps we can Google it. Don't worry, I won't leave you nameless.
You know, I really could call you my true friend.
He began abruptly, catching your attention.
What do you mean? I mean, I've had friends before, but they always ignored me.
Oh.
I often talk to the remains of my food. Human corpses. Telling them stories from my life. But they never reacted. Or replied. But with you, it's different. I feel reciprocity. You talk to me. For the first time in centuries, I've had such a constructive dialogue, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, I couldn't get more constructive dialogue than that.
So, I like to, thank you, I guess. You know, for letting me in. You're a true friend.
You melted at his words. What a sweetheart! You tried to restrain yourself from pinching his cheeks. A huge smile spread across your face as you took a step closer.
Of course, I'll always be here for you.
He seemed to blush as he took a step closer to you too.
I don't even know how to thank you properly. You've given me what I've needed for so long.
Friends don't thank each other for being friends, man. I'm just glad I let you in to get to know you better.
Another step closer. And you fell into his embrace. You didn't even know how you were able to touch him, but you didn't care. You held him tightly and he made an incomprehensible sound and awkwardly hugged you back. Not quite sure how to hug properly since he probably never did. Poor guy. Oh, I'll never, ever leave you now. My friend.
Uh-huh.
And they lived happily ever after. Ending 3. Best friends.
But if someone knocks on your window at night and asks to be let in, don't open it! Seriously! Creatures like the one in this VN don't exist in real life. Probably. Okay. There are 2 more endings to get through, so I'm a bit curious about those. Okay, so right now we're gonna go for ending 4, and just as a note, if you do give him the, wrong choice for T. Like, you are locked into ending 4 regardless of whether you reassure him or laugh at him. So, let's laugh at him here. Lol, unlucky for sure. Can't say it's relatable to me. You chuckled. Anyway, I need to address you somehow. But who cares? Creature is the perfect option for you. Your guess momentarily darkened. Goosebumps ran down your spine from his intense gaze.
Would you like it if I just called you human?
Huh? Alright, you win. Fair point. I'll still call you creature, lol.
You didn't know why, but for some reason, teasing him brought you pleasure.
You expected him to flare up or cry, but to your surprise, he just smirked.
Don't worry. It doesn't bother me much. Never had a name before anyway. Besides, I know how small the human brain is. I've eaten it myself.
The monster chuckled. If you could even call the sound he made a chuckle, and you felt like you were freezing with horror. Somehow you forgot that all this time you were talking to an unknown creature that could charge at you at any moment.
You know, I really could call you my true friend.
He began abruptly, catching your attention. What do you mean?
I mean, I've had friends before, but they always ignored me.
Ow!
I often talked to the remains of my food, human corpses, telling them stories from my life, but they never reacted or replied. But with you, it's different. I feel reciprocity. Maybe you're a little bit rude to me, but you talk to me. For the first time in centuries, I've had such a constructive dialogue, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, couldn't get more constructive dialogue than that.
So I'd like to, thank you, I guess. You know, for letting me in. You are a true friend.
Hold on! Stop this nonsense! The creature looked at you warily and tilted his head. I've had enough! I'm literally talking to a guy who could end my life in a split second, and you call me a friend? You've even eaten people! Dude, you've got some serious mental issues!
But
No buts here! No excuses! I want to end this circus!
I thought we got along just fine.
You seemed to be on the verge of breaking down. Your anger subsided a little, and you sighed heavily. That's what you thought. You know why? Because you've got mental issues! Serious ones!
Issues with... What? What do you mean?
I mean, you need to seek help for yourself. Visit a psychologist, or whoever deals with mental illness. I'm not a professional, but even an untrained eye can see you've got a bouquet of psychological disorders. And I'm not just talking about eating people, not just that. He looked at you, completely dumbfounded, trying to digest the information. He didn't cry or shout, just listened to you. And when you fix your mental health, then maybe we can talk.
So, if I go to a psychologist, then you might consider me a friend?
Well, that's not exactly what I'm trying to say, but yeah. First, you need to figure yourself out, man. Unexpectedly for you, the creature smiled, as if he realized something.
Thank you. I guess you've opened my eyes and showed me myself from a different perspective. I needed that. I will consider your words. Maybe seeing a psychologist isn't such a bad idea. You chuckled and patted him on the shoulder. You're welcome. I hope it can help you somehow. The creature smiled at you one last time and... vanished into the air. You still weren't sure if it was a fever dream. Were these hallucinations and your imaginary friends had become real? But if not, you were glad you could help someone and hoped he would indeed seek help. And stop eating people! See you around, my little human. Ending 4. He will remember you. Alright, one last ending, and this is just to, like, get him to leave, so... No, I'm not letting him in yet!
No way! Do I look like a fool? Find someone else!
Stop. Please.
No!
Pretty, please.
My answer won't change, dude.
Please. Please, 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 please. I'll be a good guest.
No.
Not fair. What am I even wasting my time on? You're just an ungrateful host. You hear me?
Lol.
Now, live with the fact that you rejected such a good creature. Next time, you might not be so lucky.
What? With those words, the creepy monster literally vanished. It disappeared just as unexpectedly as it appeared. What was that? For another minute, you stared into the darkness, trying to digest everything that had happened and find some logical explanation for it. Tired of thinking, you just shrugged and decided to forget about it. Probably just a hallucination after all. Oh well, time to go to bed.
Ending 2. He left you.
So that was Let Him In. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And this was a fascinating experience. I feel like it definitely has some inspiration from Creature in the Corner and some of Hitlocker's other games. Like, I'm kind of glad to see like other developers like come up with like more absurd like games like these. Like I love absurdist humor, and like if there could be more, absurd visual novels, I would have the time of my life. I'm being so for real here. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.